advocates or parents or anything like that could help support teachers more, like the lack of resources, the lack of recognition, the lack of support sometimes from the district, those types of things. Would you give any advice for parents on how they could support staff, paraprofessionals, therapists, anybody that works with our kids?
You know, I wish I had an answer to that, because I mean, as a parent of a child with, you know, a range of needs myself, like, I don't. Like, I am a huge advocate of posting and sharing my child's story, because I don't think enough people understand what it's like. I mean, I have family members myself who have no idea what my child can do. They see him, and they don't see us often, they don't talk to us often, and they look at him and think that he's this typical kid, and they have no clue what his needs are, and they have no clue what we've gone through as a family to help him be as successful as he has become. So I just think really just advocating and sharing the stories of, look, this is what we've done as a family, this is the support we've received, this is what the school has done for us, and sharing those stories, because people don't understand. They still have this preconceived notion of what special education is, right, or was, and it's not like that.
With the challenge of lack of resources, how can you combat that as a teacher? Like in the classroom, if you're in a district who's got lower funds, how do you combat that situation?
There's grant writing. Not enough teachers know how to grant write. I mean, you have to take classes on it, or you have to have somebody, someone else in the district show you how to grant write. You have to get permission to write grants for things. So there's that. That's a huge one. That's something that I wish I would have learned how to do in the classroom. A lot of teachers just end up doing it on their own. I took a lot of training that I paid for out of pocket. I took a lot of classes because I knew this is something that I needed more understanding of or more support in, so I would pay for classes myself. If I found something that I wanted to try in the classroom or that I researched myself, it would be paid out of pocket. We shouldn't be doing that because then it's saying that, you know, all teachers, it looks like all teachers should be doing that, and they shouldn't. We shouldn't be required to do that. Right. But I know teachers do. Teachers want to meet our students' needs. They want what is appropriate for them to be successful and to make progress. But when you look at what we're given, the curriculums that we're given, the materials that we're given, it often needs to be supplemented, and it often needs to be modified for our students.
When we're talking about like lack of resources and like physical things, there's also like pushback for our parents that do want to help, and we just aren't sure how to support classrooms and stuff like that. And I know there's like that gray area. They don't want it to seem like, well, parents are paying for teachers to treat their child special. But I agree with you. Like, we want to help and fill those resource gaps. There's got to be a way for us to support our district more.
Right.
PTAs. Yes, but then like I'm thinking, like there's been pushbacks for like Amazon wish lists, right? As a parent, I would love to give. I know for sure one of my kiddos uses things like fidgets and things like that. So like I know that he could benefit from that. So I can donate a box of fidgets to that classroom. I know they'll get utilized because I know my kids in that class. You know, the district is going to provide what they need to provide, but like the extra stuff that you really don't need but would be really helpful. Right. But how do parents find out what those are? I don't want to buy things because I think they're helpful, but you already have 16 cube chairs and you don't need another one. So like, yeah, that was a really great thought, but it would have been really helpful for this.
As a parent, what I always do for my own children's teachers is I just send them a gift card, and then I just write them a note, and I just say, you know, I know that you have, you know, so many students, and you might need some extra things in your classroom that might not have been provided for you this year. Use this money towards whatever you would like, whether it be personal or for the classroom.
That's cool.
And then I just let them choose. And you're just letting them know that you appreciate them and that, you know, you're thinking of them and you're thinking of all of the students. It's not just your own child.